Welcome to Make Shit Happen. This is episode number 181. This is 3 Minute Thursday. Hey guys, today this morning I was running around and I'm thinking the difference between a rich mindset and a poor mindset and how you can become rich. There's a couple of easy ways people can become rich, and I'm not even gonna lie to you. There's you can listen to 25 different motivational leaders, inspiring leaders, people who have created wealth. And number one is to make sure that you want to be rich. You make sure you got to have a goal, and you got to have that written down, and you got to look at that goal, and you got to read that goal, and you got to make sure you can manifest that into reality. And number two, the people who ever always become rich, they don't live 100% of their what they earn. So if you earn $1,000 a week, you cannot. If you live on the $1,000, you will never become rich. So you got to make sure that you got to learn how to live 70% on your income. The rich always save before they spend. You must save and you must invest. And that 30%, in that 30%, you have to save. You have to save, you have to put it in there. Compound interest is something that can make anyone wealthy. When you save that money and you put it in a regular savings account, that money is not doing anything for you. Institutions that pay you or index, when you put them in index fund and use your money wisely, because they're taking that money from you that you're putting in this long-term savings, okay, and they are loaning off that, and that's how you're supposed to get compound interest. They say, I think your money doubles every 7 years, a 7-year rule, and you should definitely look into that rule. But somehow you got to figure out, hey, look, I make $1,000. Out of that $1,000, $300 is going to go into savings, okay? And you can have buckets of savings. You can have savings where it's in a quick savings account just for your, like, where you live for 6 months in case shit happens, and COVID, like 2020 has happened. I'm in Houston, Texas. Freeze have happened. Storms come through over here. And you got to have that money in a savings account. And I wouldn't put all 30% in the savings account. I'll definitely put 10% in the savings account. I will put 10% in an account like where you can get, where it's multiplying. So if you're making $1,000 a week, $100 per week should go in this account where it's a long-term play, right? So if you're 25 years old, you're not touching that money until you're 60 years old or 55 years old or 62 years old. And that money is going to stay in there for 38, 35 to 40 years. And no matter what, that money is never coming out. And it's $100 going in there every week. And I promise you, the best time to save for your future was yesterday, was 7 years ago, was 10 years ago. So you're already late to the party, so you better start doing that right now. Put that $100. So if you're 30 years old, guys, you only got 35 years left. If you're 40 years old, you only got 25 years left. If you're 45 years left, you only got 20 years left. And now your $100 should not be $100 anymore. Should be $200, should be $220, something like that. And then, so you take out of $1,000, 10% goes into your regular savings account, 10% goes into your investment account, and the other 10% can go into something where you can get profit out of. That $100 is saving into something where you can buy something and flip and make a profit, okay? If you always want to live off your wage, you will never become rich. You got to do things that will make you rich, and you got to be able to make a profit. Let's just give you an example. Let's say you ride a bike to work because you live in a place where just riding a bike is good. You don't have to have two cars. Or how about saving that money and now buying two bikes, one for you to ride and one for you to rent, something like that. I mean, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter how you can make that hustle. And then working more than 40 hours. If you have a 9 to 5, perfect. I'm glad that you do. But what are you doing from 5 p.m. to 9 a.m. the next day? You got to be working on something that will make you some money, extra money, and you're putting that money, and now you're saving it, right? It's just like the story that I've shared before about two brothers, Tommy and Timmy. Tommy and Timmy both got Christmas money. Tommy, every time he got money from Christmas money. Grandma gave him some money, or dad or mom gave some money. He couldn't wait to go to the store and buy something small. Well, Timmy, every time he got the Christmas money, he saved it, and he wanted, and then he goes one day and buys the PlayStation 5. Well, Tommy has been just spending all that money, and Tommy doesn't have that money because every time he got something, he spent it. Timmy saved it for something big in the future. Well, that's what your mindset should be. How I'm going to save it to get something for the future. This is my 3-minute Thursday spiel right here. It went a little longer than 3 minutes, but savings is super important. Save to buy something big. And don't just save it. Use it. There should be a method to the madness. Thank you so much for listening to my 3-minute Thursday. Now let's go out there and make shit happen.